Hello. I, I'll be curious to see who gets first today. Um, my money's on Zaxxons. He's usually first. We'll see. Damn, Mushahid got it. All right. Well, we know where the loyalists lie. Oh wait, someone got backfilled in at an earlier time. Whoa, why is it showing up backwards? I now see WebTran Q as the early entrant. Well, welcome everyone. Yeah, Mushahid is not late today. I got a new camera setup. So everyone was like, hey, bro, you're in my face. Get out of my face. So I decided to go for something that was a little bit lower focal length. I actually think I'm not centered. I'm going to risk it all and rotate it. It just fall apart on me. It should be a little bit more webcam-like, which I think is nice. And it doesn't look like I'm just sitting in your face. GM everyone from Turkey, especially from Turkey. Hello, Pablo. Just had to. Uh, I should go check the Turkish Discord. I haven't been in there in a while. No, the Telegram Discord's banned in Turkey. All right, we got some fun stuff today. Oh, look, there's Zaxxons. He's late though. I had my money on you being first, and you're not first. So, so we got a few things today. We have a couple of projects that I have hanging around a little bit still that we've been building together. We can talk about them briefly. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. No, entire screen. Yeah, this one. Yeah, Christian, do you like the shot? I mean, it means you can see a little bit more. It's not as tight. I mean, I think the shot originally was good, but it felt a little bit portrait-like. It felt a little bit like I was just right in your face. This feels more like a natural webcam. I was studying Thread Guy. Okay, Thread Guy, he's got the carpet in the back. He's got all kinds of like phantom sign. I looked at getting a sign made. It'd be pretty cool from that sign guy on Instagram. I wanted to zoom it out a little bit. I felt like mine don't look as personal. So, or I just felt like, I mean, it was good. I wanted to have some zoom out. Also, I brought the camera a little bit closer to me, which is nice because I can see it better. If you don't, I use a prompter so that I can look straight into your eyes when I talk to you. And it helps me feel more engaged with people. I can see the chat in here as I'm talking. Obviously, I look over this way whenever I'm coding, um, but yeah, good morning, everyone. Good to see everyone. A bunch of names I've never seen before, so that's cool. Looks like a bunch of Turkish names. Got some .hl in there. Welcome to the show. It's not that exciting, but it's usually pretty informational for people, so I like to do it. Let me share this. I'm going to add this to the stage. Get myself in the right layout. So one of the things that we had been working on was this invite agent, and actually it was one of the things that I was really struggling with originally. Let me close a couple of these things in the background. If you remember last time, we had the invite agent sort of working, and I was having a bunch of issues getting it to work correctly with Privy and Dino. And I went back and looked back at how it was all set up, and on the anonymous.ethos.network, and apparently I did not use Privy there. So I did switch this up. Right now it doesn't technically work invite.ethos.network. So you can connect with X now and log in instead of using Privy. Of course, I'm not fucking logged in. What a great demo. Here I have it on a mock one, and so it'll go like, oh, like if you put Zach XVT's name in, then oh, you're eligible for an Ethos invite from this agent. It's really close. I fought with it so much. It actually was the fact that Privy didn't have good compatibility with Dino, and it was just making it really complicated. So I backed out of that completely, and I went down this route of just using regular Twitter authentication. I was just lazy. I didn't want to set up the Twitter authentication. It ended up costing me. A green screen's boring. Isn't it cool to see different stuff behind me? That's like a work desk over there with like a cool screen. I can put different things on it. Hey, Adrian, good morning. What part of the world do you live in? I'm in Austin, Texas. It's pretty hot here. It's 102.9 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which is probably 40, 38. I don't know, something like that. Did I figure out Privy? No, I didn't. I gave up. We also have Ethos.foo, which I did not have a chance to work on over the weekend because I was working on some other stuff in here. Ethos.foo is looking better and better every day, though. I really want to work on, there's some issues with the PWA and there's some issues with notifications. I want to get notifications to work before we fully commit to, like having people use it a little bit. But yeah, you can see people are chatting very rarely in there, but it does work and it's looking pretty good lately, if I do say myself. If we go to click on Deez's profile here, you can see its score over time. Like it looks pretty good. So yeah, those are the status of the current ones. Where did I learn Russian swear words? Have you heard of Google? Google is pretty damn good at teaching you Russian swear words. I couldn't actually say them if you wanted me to. Also, who hasn't played Counter-Strike? I mean, everyone knows. So I don't really know that many Russian curse words. I went to ChatGPT and asked for the most obscure curse words that would really impress people, and it gave me some really random stuff. I also learned that Russian is a very high context language, and so similar to Chinese, if you try to translate it from English, it's not that great. It's not great for translating. You often get into a bad spot in terms of like the things just don't perfectly translate between one another. Okay, so anyways, what I wanted to do today, and I have already started working on this project a little bit, just as a heads up. There used to be a project called NFT Inspect. And NFT Inspect was actually a pretty beloved like product. Let me see if I can find the exact example I was looking at. There are a bunch of different parts of NFT Inspect, but there was one part of it that I really liked and that most people remember, and I'm hoping I can find a screenshot of it. They actually sold out to another company, not in a bad way, they just sold to another company. And man, why can't I find it? They then shut down later. So I mean, the NFT market has not been hot in a minute. In fact, it's not been hot in 3 years, which is weird. That's longer than NFTs have been hot. Man, where can I find it? There was a thing on NFT Inspect that would show who had what profile picture on Twitter. And it was really valuable. Let me just see if it was in here. It was a really valuable way to get a sense of like who's using what PFPs and why, not why are they using it, but like it just gave you some sort of idea of like how popular NFTs were. Yeah, so it got resurrected. Oh wow, Whale was a part of it. Interesting. Where I just need the screenshot. We need the like. Here's what Maybe I can find it on Wayback Machine. Wasn't that using the X API? The thing that I was showing. NFT Inspect. I don't know if NFT Inspect was using. I don't think it was. I think they had a Chrome extension that was scraping stuff off of Twitter. I think they were using it, and they were using Twitter's API in not great ways. Wait, NFT Inspect .xyz maybe was the site. It takes you to a layer 2 for BitTensor. Okay, that's interesting. Let me just see if I can go find it. I really want a good example so that I can show you guys what it looked like. Yeah, I don't think they were. I think they had a Chrome extension. They're scraping data off the Chrome extension, if I remember correctly. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this is the one. So it doesn't show it anymore, but this is basically what I wanted to create. This concept of like, oh, it's pulling up now. On like any given day, of all of the collections, I can't believe Bored Apes used to be 61 ETH. That's crazy. Of all the collections, how many people were using them as PFPs? And interestingly, it was one of those ways to determine reputation, whether we wanted to admit it or not. when we looked at some of the Board API Club, we believed in someone's reputation because they had enough money to spend on it. Or in Azuki, you had like an idea, even like how like the ideology of someone that supports Azuki and maybe their background and where they come from and what they value. Like it wasn't perfect, but it kind of matched with how people rocked PFPs. Same thing with like Miladies now. Hey, there you go. When was this? This was 2023, so it was working a while ago. Here you got Nakamigos. The actual Nakamigos Twitter profile had a bunch. Yeah, it basically showed like who was using what PFP. And to do this, they shut down. It helped people understand it, but people also felt very competitive. It was kind of like a competition. Competition is always great for everyone. Competition teaches us how to, not just teaches us, it really gets us into the spirit of like wanting to do better. And iron sharpens iron type thing. The more competitive you are, the better you are. And I felt like a lot of it empowered and activated a lot of communities to go out and use the PFPs. So what have we done? I wanted to say, okay, I don't know if I can click on this or not. I wanted to say, oh yeah, they did. They had leaderboards here. If you had a way to determine this now, how would you do it? How would you tell if someone is using a specific PFP or not? And there's a lot of complexity to it because when someone uses a PFP, like on the old Twitter days, you could connect an NFT, and connecting that NFT gave you the like hexagon, and it allowed you to really know who actually owned whatever they said they owned. And I feel like the only way for us to do this now is to do some sort of image matching. So how do we match images from Twitter to what they're using to the collection itself? And so what I just started to start with was Ethos validators. And let me go into here. I did copy this from another computer. So I'm going to have to ask it to, can you help me understand how to run this? I do not speak, I think that's Turkish, so I have no idea what you said. Use some AI to scrape X. Yeah, we don't need to scrape X actually. And I'll show you why. We're actually going to build a tremendous amount of this on top of Ethos, which is very cool. Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna need to copy over some env variables, so I might have to go use my other computer to copy stuff over. But I don't think it should be too hard. Oh my, it is gonna be a little tough. Okay, so let me create a new env here. I already have one. Okay. Well, I'm gonna drag this off screen real quick so that I can edit the env. Oh. Huh. It already has the env, so I'm guessing it wasn't in the get ignore, which is pretty frustrating. Okay, well that's dumb. Can you add a standard get ignore including r.env or whatever? Cursor tends to make stupid mistakes like this. If you're ever a security person and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm watching this guy who just copied over, he got his env out of get, but it makes my life a little bit easier. So I don't know why. It always I tell it to check something in to get, and it took me very pedantically and didn't think about adding something like get ignores, whatever. Okay, what AI do I use for vibe coding? I use Claude 4. I've been switching back and forth between GPT-5 and Claude 4. I like Claude 4, and then I use Cursor. I don't know that I have an opinion on Claude 4 versus GPT-5. It was terrible a couple years ago, and now a couple weeks ago, because it was so slow right when it came out. It's much faster now, GPT-5. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of split. I go back between them. Yeah, validators. What are those? If you don't know what a validator is, go look at Christian's PFPs, the king of the monkeys of validators. DevOps security would have a field day. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. Don't come after me. Okay, so it did say that I could run this though. Let me open up a new terminal. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Why? There we go. New terminal, and let's do Dino task I think we need to do all of these. For first time use, what tasks should we use? The way that it works is we're going to take the top 200 people, 250 people off of Ethos. And using the Ethos API, it's very easy for us to pull in something like how many, who each person is and what the avatar is. Now, an avatar on Twitter is public information. That means it's very easy to access. So we can easily pull that in and use that to compare against the collection data. Now, I'm also using Alchemy. I use Alchemy to get collection profile picture data. So in order to get the validator NFTs, we basically need to build two sets of data, right? One set of data, which is like the 200 people on the Ethos leaderboard, and then the other set of data is like the Ethos collection, and eventually the Ethos validator collection. Eventually, we'll like expand beyond just Ethos validators. But I wanted to at least show you what it like. We'll start small, like we usually do. Try to focus just on let's bring in Ethos validators, analyze them, and get the algorithm working in a pretty good spot. So let's see what it says here. Run the main data. The collection data already exists. Okay, so we can just do Dino task refresh and let's see what happens. Now, I'm not an expert at all in comparing images. In fact, I have very little understanding of how image comparison works. The general idea is on Ethos, we have all of the profile pictures and the links to them. So if we were to go into Ethos here and say, make these a little easier for me to flip back and forth between. If we go into Ethos here, Ethos app.ethos.network, and we click on someone's profile. Let's use Bo as an example because he was in the news today. What was it? Where was he going with this? Oh yeah. So with Ethos, what we're actually doing here is we're actually getting the URL of the person on Twitter. And when you get that URL, it's this link here, basically. And it's just a link that has it in a square form, which is nice. It's not circled, actually. And we have all of these for every user that exists on Ethos. So it's actually pretty easy for us to pull this in and do analysis on it. Now, the other thing that I needed to do, OpenSea Ethos validators. The next thing I need to do is I need to go into OpenSea and look at the validator. So these are all the validators. There's a couple of tricks here that are a little bit more challenging. If you look at a validator and you see it's actually portrait mode, which makes it a little bit harder if you look at what we're comparing here. And then if you look at, I mean, it's really just the portrait mode that makes it difficult. But what we are going to be doing is basically saying, okay, is this image and this image similar? And how similar are they? And we use a bunch of different models to do it. I might lower this to 100 people. I did not leave off super confident in this. And if anyone is an expert and knows how to compare images really well, I'd love for you to put in the chat what you think I should do. However, I just went with whatever OpenAI recommended to me, or I guess it's Claude in this example. And the thinking there is like, if I'm not the expert and I won't be the subject matter expert, why not let someone else be the subject matter expert? So what we did was we said, okay, it runs through a bunch of different algorithms that tries to match these. One of the things that it has to do that I talked through it with is it actually will crop out just the top half so that it's comparing like face to face. Obviously, these two things are not similar. Now, if we went to Pudgy Penguins and we looked at any of the Pudgies, we should be able to easily match this and this, right? Like these two Pudgy Penguins, sorry for this, should match up pretty well, whether it be the background that matches or the base layer. I mean, the layers are going to be hard, but again, we'll pull in all of the different images. Now, the hardest part about all of this is people can do things to their profile pictures on Twitter. So sometimes they can do things like change the color of the background. Sometimes they might move the image and it's not cropped the exact same. Sometimes they might take a screenshot and it has different, or maybe they saved it as a PNG instead of a JPEG, or a TIFF instead of a whatever. Like there's so many things that could kind of happen. And so our goal with this is to get as close as possible, but it's going to be difficult always. Okay, so let me see. It's refreshing, and we already ran into an error. Why did I get an? Okay, two things. Let's change it to just the top 100 so we can test things faster. Also, why did I get a error when? Oh, maybe the API base I didn't set. What this will ultimately, I'm going to pull this off screen just for a second so I can check that ENV API base. Yeah, it had this cool tool that like hid my API keys when I'm running a cloak. Yeah, it's not working. I guess I could put them in. There we go. Okay, so if I put my ENV in quotes, then I have less of an issue. Now you can't see my API keys. So it reduced it to 100 users, better ending for replicate, skip CLI, the clip embeddings for tests. If you want to test without it, okay. But we do have the replicate token. We don't need an admin token. Whatever, we'll put it in there just in case. All right, let's run that again. It shouldn't take nearly as long this time because we're only doing 100. Oh, it's doing clip only. Okay, so let's see. Let me get caught up a little bit here. Yeah, XP boost for validator PFPs. Yeah, that's actually one of the first things I wanted to enable. Is I wanted to be able to look at our own users and say, like, if we go to the credibilities leaderboard here, and go look at people who are the most credible on Ethos, I'd love to be able to give people who use Ethos, who, oh wait, I'm in Fantasy Top now. I should add myself to that leaderboard. I'd love to be able to give people who are getting XP more XP if they're using a validator profile pic. And so this is actually one of the first steps doing. So Casper up there does, sorry, I meant to go to contributors. Okay, it's almost done here. Yeah, Dragos isn't. He's using some chill house thing. Rares is, and I think there are a few other people in here. Color Block who brought it up is not. I had a problem with Ethos because it does look a lot like a validator. And then you got Christian here. And so, yeah, I want to give people more XP for using it. It's just a fun way to like kind of celebrate Ethos PFPs and give people, you know, a nod to, wow, this guy's, damn, a lot of people with 0%, a nod to using it as a PFP. So that's one of the things that it's kind of my goal of even just pulling this initial early thing together. Okay, so it seems to have worked now. So I can do Dino task dev, and it, I'm running code somewhere else. Maybe here. Yep. Okay. Stop that one. Close it. Let's try it again. There we go. Okay, so localhost 8000. Okay, so this is my site to go check how it did. It's just creating basically a JSON object in here. Data results. Yeah, it's just creating this JSON object of things and how well it's matching based on different thresholds. It's doing a poor job right now. I had it in a pretty good spot before, and now I'm really struggling with it. It does tend to think Lambo Lance is that he's using. Let me make this a little bit bigger. It thinks Lambo Land is using one. He's obviously not. Emlo has 87%, but he didn't pass the second or third chance. So I think we need to change. These are kind of like two different tests here, and I haven't quite figured out why it's so strict. Okay, we need to update our strategy. We were using p hash, etc. before, but now we're only using clip, I think. Previously, we had it in a place where we had lots of true positives, but now it seems overconfident or over exclusive and is blocking and is, I mean, it not only did it return two false positive, returned two false positives and missed 4 or 5 true positives. So let's see what it recommends. Again, I'm not the expert here, so that's what will be interesting to see how it kind of plays out. Oh man, I left your thing up there. Pretty sure I was the first to even rock about it as PFP. There you go. What are we coding? We're coding NFT inspect. We're rewriting it. How can I sort users by their ethos score? I only found out how to sort score within specific groups and vouchers. I'm not sure. I mean, we don't have full comprehensive coverage for sorting in ethos yet. Depends on what you're looking for, where you're looking for it. Okay, so again, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Famous last words that I always have. I'm not the expert in how to match images. I don't really know how to do this, and so I'm struggling. I'm in the more like very permissive thresholds leading to false positives, more conservative settings. But right now we aren't getting any true positives. In the fast hash check, can we, I'm going to let it run, make it more permissive? So yeah, I mean, this is one of the problems that I've had is like, can you succinctly explain to me how our, what did they call it here? It's called fast hash check works. Because I'm struggling to understand it, and I need the EOI 5. Okay, system uses 4 different perceptual hashing algorithms: P hash, A hash, D hash, E hash. Okay. I guess it's just like regular algorithms, whereas the clip one I think is an AI-based algorithm. Okay, before 27 matches with 2 false positives. There's only 12 matches this time. So I think it got worse. It did get that one. Okay, so we're getting a little bit better though. So it did get that first confidence on me. It got hydrays, it got rares correctly, it got MLO. Oh look, Colorblock, did you just change yours? Like literally, I mean, it was something else just a second ago. It was a good demo. I have no idea why it's me prisoner worked. That doesn't look anything like a validator. So you're like, you kind of question it sometimes. Or B rated got 87.5. You know, it's doing a pretty good job on true positives. Yeah, it got all the true positives. So I think that's pretty exciting. What we can do now is say, okay, let's run it through clip. Okay, now it looks like the clip algorithm was a bit too strict. Not many of the true positives made its way through, only one. Let's just send that and see what it says. Yeah, nice job, Codeblock. I can see it in my app, but I don't see it in the app where you're chatting, which is funny, or like even me showing it up here or not. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it's just changing some things around. Again, I found AI is pretty good at like, hey, I'm giving you something fuzzy. I want you to solve it in a fuzzy way. Like, I don't know how to explicitly help it understand that it should absolutely change these settings versus those settings. So anyways, I kind of just try to give it some guidance, like, hey, this is working, these things aren't working, and hopefully we get to see a little bit more improvement here. It would be great if PFEs gave you a boost to earn some score from vouchers faster. That way you wouldn't have to wait 180 days, just 60 or 30. Why would that mean you're more credible? I don't agree with that sentiment. It doesn't make you more credible by using the PFP. It might make you a better contributor, but it doesn't make you more credible. So no. All right, we're almost done with this batch here. We're going to see what our results are. Again, this is a little bit of a game of guess and check. What I really want to do is start to set up being able to support different collections. So I will probably go through the top ones and just see what stands out to me in terms of common collections. I see, man, Pudgies, probably the next best one. The Kaido ones. EV Mavericks. Pirates. Undeads. Yeah, Pirates. I feel like Pudgies is probably a next second one to do. Moonburns, maybe. Let's see what it came up with. Okay. Let's see. Refresh. Ah, it went the opposite direction. So it has higher confidence, but it's only fascinating. Yeah, the clip isn't even matching it on the ones that it should, and it matches it on Lamboland and Crypto Painter. I mean, yeah, kind of weird. We see it working in some cases, and in other cases, it's got way too many false positives. So yeah, I mean, it missed basically every single one of these. Looks like we missed and had many false positives. The ones that were actually a match ended up being quite did not end up matching well with clip. What do you recommend we change? Okay, after Pudgies, you can do your favorite one, Azuki. Yeah, Azuki probably wouldn't be bad. Who are we speaking of? Mellow Villain Arc. Did I say someone's name? Oh, Mellow, that's you're the guy that I talked to this morning. There you go. On our podcast, which hasn't been released yet because it was just a podcast, not a stream. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. Should we have one that's like detects if it's a real person's face or not? I know that I can get this algorithm into a good spot. I'm kind of surprised that like these are matching or like this one's matching. This one should not even come close to matching. Yeah, so let's do Pudgies afterwards. I mean, copy image address. Is this an actual? This is an actual Pudgy, right? Pirate announced that they're shutting down Pirate Nation. Really? Damn. Is it a real Pudgy? Yeah, it's got to be. It's got the Squirtle glasses. What's the hat? Like a Christmas hat, an elf hat, or something? Is it real? Can someone tell me? We could do moonbirds. I don't see it. All right, we'll do moonbirds instead. There were 2 moonbirds on there. Hoot hoot. Oh, look, it's already back down. The flippers, 3.5, 3.4. They're underwater. This guy bought it for 3.9 and he's trying to sell it for 3.5. Yeah, we'll do moonbirds. I think moonbirds are kind of weird because I think their metadata also points to something else if you want it. God, these are the ugliest. I'm sorry. If you think moonbirds art is good, I've got words for you. These are terrible. Sorry, Hugo. They're just so bad. Okay, we'll use moonbirds. I want to expand this to support multiple collections, especially on the front end. How can I add collection La, which is moonbirds? The pixelated or the 3D ones will throw this off. Yeah, I mean, it should be. I actually feel like this would be easier art than like validators to compare and contrast. Let's go back and see what it was doing here. So it changed the permissive. Check quality. Okay, so here we go. No, I missed it. It said I can see the issue now. Clip embeddings are working, but they're giving too consistently low scores even for potential true matches. Meanwhile, hash-based matching is working much better. I think so too. Since clip seems to produce lower similarity scores, we have perceptual hash matching. Okay, let's give it a try. Did it work? 72 matches. It's like so proud of itself for getting 72 matches. Yeah, so it matched a ton of stuff here, but didn't truly match them. Yeah, I mean, this is like way over the top. Okay. The new matches. Yeah, can we make the hash matching more conservative? Yeah, I feel like Moonbird should be pretty straightforward. Let's see what it says over here. Okay, so I asked it to add Moonbird's collection. It got 300 references, I see, to the Moonbirds. So if we go to data collections Moonbirds, here are a bunch of different Moonbird pictures. So it's not using all of them, which my understanding is that totally fine. Wow, they have their own CDN for alchemy. Okay, cool. It's going to be a little harder because there's a lot more color. So I'm interested to see if the same algorithm works or not. Okay, cool. Nice. It's running a backfill, so it's going and looking at a bunch of information. Now I just updated all of them. Okay. Now the Moonbirds collection has been updated. It's updating some logic. It ran it again, and it got 0 results. Oh no, maybe it didn't. Yeah, I do feel like I'm just kind of pulling levers, and I'm not sure if I'm confident in it or not. By the way, the Moonbirds have already appeared on Kaido, and they might have a token. Yeah, everyone knows they have a token, bro. Moonbirds, I can share my honest opinion here. I don't like it. I don't like the playbook. I think it was a good trade for a while, but I think the trade is coming to an end. This is just they're just copying Pudgy Penguins, basically. I mean, the guy seems like Spencer seems really motivated to build things and pump it, but like, where's the vision? I don't know what else there is to it. Does this mean Moonbird's going to do? No, absolutely not. I still think Moonbird's going to do pretty well. I don't know. You cannot convince me that Moonbirds are the next Pudgy Penguins in terms of execution and team and um, um, like IP, like the Moonbirds IP is not really that interesting, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the other thing is like the OG Moonbird holders aren't like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get back into Moonbirds again. Yeah. Okay. You're running one here. We're running. Oh, they're conflicting again. I tend to do this often. But yeah, Moonbird should be. I don't know. Like, what? Maybe we'll go ask it. Like, if I have two NFT collection, if I want to take a list of Twitter users and compare their profile pictures to an NFT collection, what would be the best ways to get true positive matches out of the comparisons? Do I need to sample the entire collection or just one or just a handful of them? Let's just continue to enlighten ourselves a little bit. What the hell? Running into issues again. Are any of you guys buying Moonbirds? Let's check out the price action. Start with 1 year. They're trading at about 0.039, 0.32 ETH, and now they're going for basically 10x that. Nice little 10x for people. Why did they go up so much in February? I'm concerned that this is not working. It keeps doing it. Okay. I will run this. Thank you. Yeah, I don't like that. Usually, this will add a bunch of logging, so you can actually see what's going on. I don't like that it's just kind of blindly running. It makes me self-guess, second guess if it's actually doing anything or not. Yeah, I still wonder how they originally did this. How did the unique number of unique NFTs from this collection being used as a Twitter profile picture? I mean, I guess you could take it the other way and say like, no, that'd be too hard. I think it'd be harder to say here are all of the NFT collection side. Do any of them match to our top 100 users? Maybe it would work better. That's an idea actually that we could do. So let's let this run, but I think that could actually work potentially. So for most collection, 200 to 500 strategically sampled NFTs will capture 95% of matches. So diversity based or popularity based random sampling. So the hybrid strategy of using hash-based and clip embeddings is ideal. Hash-based is great for detecting earlier lightly modified NFTs. Oh, my current threshold seems strict. Consider loosening it. Clip embeddings are excellent for catching cropped, filtered, or stylized versions. It's telling me to tune it. You're already doing this with anchor points and scale variations. Yeah, so like we account for like if someone zoomed in or zoomed out more on an NFT. Multi-scale pre-processing, add confidence scoring as part of it. Collection specific tune. Oh yeah, interesting. So clip is really only used for like if they are modifying the images in any way. negative examples. That makes sense. Yeah. Weight matches based on when the avatar was last updated. Oh, that's dumb. Quality validation. Manual validation, hand 100. Okay. So currently we are doing the method where we go through 100 users, check their PFPs from Twitter, and see if it matches to any, and see if it roughly matches to the collection. What if instead we went through each NFT from from our API and checked if any of the top, if the users on Ethos are using that PFP. That way we can track more exact matches, even though there, of course, might be some variance. So I'm fumbling through a few things at once now, and I don't know that everything is working correctly. This backfill.hash does not have any logs. Let me add some logging to this so that we can see progress. Like, I just don't know if it's doing anything or if it's stuck or what. I want to pause this one. Let's accept and continue on this one, and we'll come back to it. Instead of the user asking, do they match? That's a brilliant reverse approach, it says. So helpful. What if they had, sorry, what if they had, what if they might had hired 100 people from India to manually check every XP? I mean, they like Mechanical Turk on Amazon. Yeah, you could probably do that. I mean, at some point, excuse me, it wouldn't be that much more expensive. I'm sure it's expensive, but not crazy expensive. I mean, I feel like that was a lot of. Wasn't there the AI company recently that found out that it was just literally actually people on the other end answering questions? Yeah, it's always a possibility. I feel like it doesn't really account for. It is interesting because like when you or I look at a profile picture, you can pretty much instantly be like, oh, that's an Azuki or that's a CryptoPunk. For computers to do it, it's much more difficult. Okay, so it does like the reverse approach. Guaranteed relevancy. Every comparison checks an actual NFT. Higher precision. You expect near exact matches, so you can use much stricter thresholds. You can check all moonbirds, not just the 100 that happen. Better ROI. Interesting. It actually think it's better to do that. Man, I'm really juggling 3 things at once. That would be cool. I could see that working better in theory. Because right now it's taking like a concept of what it thinks a validator looks like loosely, instead of here's what a validator looks like. Does this validator look like this validator? So that would be, I don't know how that would be computationally less expensive. It seems like it would be way more expensive, but okay, so it's doing the Moonbird one. No. Excellent. Okay, so I can just run it for Moonbirds. Oh, no, it's changing it. It found it itself. What do you think? Maybe you should also check out Milady or Doodles. Yeah, I hadn't seen any Milady or Doodles in the in a list of top 100, but yeah, that would be another good one to do. Okay, so it did Moonbirds. Matched 99 out of 100 users. That's hilarious. I'm not optimistic. None of them passed the clip. The actual Moonbird in here got 84%, as well as this got 84%. Yeah, that is super interesting. I mean, this it just feels pretty off. So yeah, let's go back to Ethos validators. Dang. Okay. So let's go back to here and see what it decided to do. So reverse match scripting caches 2,000 avatars with pre-computed hashes. Iterates through every NFT in your collection. Uses strict thresholds. Results analysis script. New deno task. So if we do, yeah, if we just want to do it for Ethos validators. There's only 200 NFTs. Oh my god, what the hell? I think it's going the wrong way. Maybe I'm wrong. Are these the top 2,000 users? I don't know where it got the number 2,000 from, to be honest. And now it feels like it's going to take a long time. I want to just do, for testing, can we just do 200 users instead of 2,000? Thank you for telling me I'm smart, Claude. I always appreciate when it hypes me up. It does a lot of thinking and doesn't show you. Lately. Okay. My hope is that by the end of this, that we don't take a full 2 hours and that we actually get to a pretty good spot of matching these two different projects. I like this idea. This is a specific collection. Yeah. I want to do validators. And let's just do it with 100. Oh. Okay, so it had all of them cached. I wonder if it's saving these somewhere. Okay, in the local cache. Okay, we ran it on this, and we got 0 matches for reverse matches. Are we showing that in the UI and how things mapped to their hashes? Anyway, I'm not using correct English here. I'd like to be able to at least show the reverse one in here too. Good Vibes Cloud is also really cool. Fortress isn't high as Moonbirds, but it looks interesting. I don't like the art, man. I feel like number one thing with PFPs is you gotta like the art. You gotta be able to use it as a PFP, and I can't get behind it. There's something that's not that interesting. It's the bubbliness. It's like it reminds me of design from like 2015 to 2020, where like everyone went for that like really there's like a word for it, a specific type of design that just doesn't resonate with me. So I'm not a fan. I can't get behind it. Seems like it has pretty good support, but okay. So it's loading now in all of the validator NFTs. Let me go look at the Moonbirds one again. Did it even get close on these? Let's see. Who was it? Who was it? Sketch? Sketch has a Moonbird, 84%. I'm just trying to see if there's any like that's not a Moonbird. If there's any correlation between like how does that look anything like a Moonbird? I don't know. NFT Inspect was ahead of its time, I guess. It knew how to solve these problems better. How do I kill 2 minutes of time? Go look at what's going on with Ethos. Hmm. Oh yeah, I called this guy out for abusing, and he just said, huh. um, hmm, nothing too crazy. Just one ongoing slash against someone that's stealing a PFP. Oh, this one's done. We caught it live. Look at that. Just stuck there. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know if anyone noticed, but we did change the weighting of this, so it sorts by score now, which is nice. At least I'm a fan. You get a lot less spam, that's for sure. A lot less recent stuff, but okay, we're only halfway there. We're gonna make it. What else could I kill time with? I don't know. What does anyone wants my thoughts on? Something stupid to buy? I told you what I bought. I didn't buy Moonbirds. I bought Mythics. I bought them when they were like 0.1, but I didn't get that many of them, and I've already offloaded half of them. They were pretty cheap, and I heard Spencer say something along the lines of like, yeah, I think I bought them like in this first pump range. He said something about like how underrated this art was, and I think I agree. Like, there's some pretty cool ones up here. I don't see anyone really rocking them. Wow, there's only one sale over 2 ETH. Interesting. I don't see that many people rocking them, but like the art was definitely well thought out and pretty cool looking, if you ask me. Let's do highest listed, top offer. No. Price high to low. Yeah, I mean they're cool. They don't really do it for me, but it's better art than a lot of them. Oh, wait, isn't this? I thought Color Block had this one at one point. Pretty cool. The Veil of Yanaru. Ooh, that's cool. Yeah, they got some good traits in here. Oh, come on. 20 more. We're gonna make it. I want to believe that this is gonna work on the first. I'm just gonna one-shot it. Mostly because I'm just a grand optimist, I guess. Okay. So it saved all of them, and now I should be able to do this. Oh, cool, sweet. So it did it. It gave me all the results. I don't know if it put it in the UI or not. Can we put the reverse in the UI? I mean, it looks like it got Ben's right at least. What is this? 246 out of 20, 250 NFT with matches at 98.4 success rate at 3,500 total user matches. There's not even that many users. I mean, this one worked. Oh, I see. So for each NFT, it's showing me how likely it is that those match. That's hilarious. Okay, can we put the reverse in the UI? Premium Saltine match to 122 NFTs. But I think that actually is good. That means that like if it matched to a bunch of them, that means it's pretty solid connection. It means that like it looks like most of the things in the collection itself. Oh, is it gonna do it without me saying it? I feel like it can like hear me typing or something. Okay, so it's just adding it so that we can spot check it a little bit easier. If you're not familiar with what I was trying to say we are doing is basically you've got these two images here. Two images of pudgies or whatever. Let's say pudgy 1, pudgy 2. I'll take this Moonbird mythic. And what it's like, a couple things to keep in mind, obviously, is people are going to alter them slightly. So imagine that you've got these two NFTs here, but what ends up happening is like people will like make it. Oh man, I want to like squish it on accident, or they'll like rotate it on accident, or accidentally like crop it a little bit. Oh, I could have done that. And what ends up happening there is it makes it a little bit harder because these aren't obviously like one-for-one representations anymore. And so some of the stuff that we're doing is looking at these two and saying, oh, well, like, let me scale it up or scale it down a little bit just to make sure that we have good matching. And what we were previously doing is we were saying, like, okay, here are all of the top 100. And we would ask it, does this look like what you know as a Moonbird mythic? And it would then look at the data of what it thinks a Moonbird mythic looks like, which is going to be something that like is like some combination of like crazy, like a bunch of different Moonbirds. And then if it's yes, then it comes over here and it matches to this. And if it's not, then it doesn't. And instead, what we are going to do is we're going to go through all Moonbird mythics. So we'll go all mythics. And we will say, well, does this one look like the current one? Is this a match? And that should give us a little bit better results, just thinking about how the algorithm works in my head. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, thanks, Rich. As far as I know, 206 people hold validates. I think that's right. That means it's pretty good on accumulation because there's 256. So 50 of them are in the hands of 200 people. Oh, I'm getting tired today. I don't have as much energy on a long weekend. I'm usually full of it, not full of it, but full of energy. But we'll have to see how this works. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So it thinks that it has the reverse one. Okay, but how do I see it? It does not look right to me. How do I see the reverse in the UI? So it's saying that the reverse is better. Now you'll find actual NFT PFP usage instead of just image similarity. Users like Ben Walther with a PS just in the 2 are very likely using the exact NFT as the profile picture. The system is now production ready. Yeah, what a fuck off. I know that's not right. I mean, if I scroll up here, I mean, it's pretty confident on a lot of them. And I just don't think that that's true at all. Oh, I don't know. Yuko, do you have number 13? I wonder. Seems to think so. Yeah, the answer? How many users did we pull in? Uh-oh, I'm running. It's mad about running something somewhere. There we go. Okay, so, oh wait, now we can do it. So here's forward matching. Here's reverse matching. Okay, so it's a little bit better. Interesting that I got all these orange ones. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So it goes through and it says, hey, we think we match. Yeah, that's a really good match. To these. Yeah, the answer matched one. to those. The pudgy doesn't make sense at all to me, but we'll roll with it. I have no idea why these two would match. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of hit or miss on it. It's getting closer. Like, why would this and this one match? That just doesn't. I'm kind of missing that. So it gave a lot of false positives still. I wonder, like, I mean, it shouldn't detect any color. It should just get rid of all the ones that have color. But again, kind of hard because I don't want to I don't want to go and make it too specific towards just validators. But like, this is a match. This is a match. It's funny that it thinks that's a match, but it is. I can see how it thinks it's a match. That's a match. That's not a match. That isn't even close. Like, why did these two match? Why do you think these two matched? The very top of the list is very good, but after the first 5 or 6 or so, pulls in some random ones. This has to be the most boring vibe coding stream. Even last stream where you thought Privy was 2 hours fun. You think this one's more boring? I guess it's like I'm not creating as much, or just like looking at algorithms and trying to solve them. The last one with Privy was pretty rough. Still be possible to get an Ethos validator NFT in any other way than buying it on the NFT marketplace? Nope. You got to go buy it. Pixelated Minecraft style avatar shouldn't match at all. This suggests our thresholds are still too loose and we're getting false positive on higher quality matches. Yeah, I'd be curious what Mushaid, what you think about why it's boring this time versus the other times. Just because it's like character matching, I guess. Not as I mean, like, that's a perfect match. That's almost a perfect match. That's a perfect match. That's a perfect match. I just don't know why he thinks these are good matches. All right, let's refresh it and see what it says. Okay, so it's got 6 of them, but I think we have more than that. They're not perfect either. That's pretty good, though. It's getting better. Okay, so but there aren't only 6. We know that there. Oh no, there's mine. 3, 4, 5. I mean, these are all. That's not perfect, but it's pretty dang good. These are starting. This is looking much better. Can we still show the ones that were higher? Oh, p hash matches. I see. So these are exact matches, and yeah, it pretty much nailed it in terms of like being exact. I still think we're missing some people like Emlo and Yuko. Let me. Oops. Okay. Oops. We're still missing a few true positives, like Emlo and. See if I can just give it these. I would have loved if you built it on stream. I love seeing the code. We're writing code on stream. You talking about the original stuff? I feel like that's my setup is my biggest weakness. Is when I'm like, I'm gonna sit around and set everything up for 20 minutes. Like, no one wants to see me set stuff up. That's why I tried to like give it a little bit more. Try to be completely set up before we got started, but oh well. Let's see if this one works. I'm hoping that it does. I had better results earlier. Yeah, it might not make the best live stream because a lot of tweaking, but oh, there we go. It did match those. I think so. It has hit the sweet spot. Let's see. Okay, so it just went back to the same thing. So it added a bunch back in. I really don't know why it thinks any of these are the same colors. Yeah, like that isn't even close. So it just kind of went back on it. Okay, what should we do here? When we edited this just now, it seems like we went backwards again and are showing colorful, and are showing mismatches. Which one did I think was MLO? Yeah, the MLO is right. The Yuko color. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's not right. um, MLO is a correct match, and Yuko. Wait, no. Yuko's is a collection match, not identical. But we're getting matches that aren't even close. Can we use some AI model to determine how similar they are? How would you do it? Let's see if it can give me a good result here. I'm confident I can get it to work. It's just this feels like a lot of tweaking. I mean, that's not even close to a validator. Come on. That one knocks. Not even close. Okay, so it does think we should use clip again. I wonder if there were any other positives that we might have missed out of the top 100. Rares wasn't in there. Yeah. Man, it's a little tough, I guess. Seth A wasn't in there. I mean, how could it think that this looks like this and this looks like this? Anyways, okay. Use loose hash threshold to find candidates. Use the clip embeddings to do it better. Okay, we'll try this one last thing and see if it works. I'm hopeful that it will. I still think we can build most of this. I think my goal for the end of the week is basically get it to a point where I can detect and just manually look at who is using validators as their PFP. It would be cool if I could reliably detect who is using like Ethos like art, meaning like you like ethosified your profile picture to make it like sketch charcoal looking like ours do. That would be cool to, if we could like confidently identify that, that would be pretty cool to be able to do. All right, let's see. Let's let this thing rip. And I think this will be the last one before I call it. I do feel pretty good about being able to make it very extensible. So once we tune in the algorithm, we'll pretty much be set. We will be able to look at any of these and then also measure and change it, show the change over time. It'll be cool. Okay, so it's running my new clips. 250. That's going to take like 5 minutes, I think. Is there anything else that we could talk about that would be helpful or informational to people? I can't really think of anything, but we can't just end it without really seeing it. I was going to see what else NFT Inspect had. YouTube NFT Inspect. See if we could get a better understanding. Oh, they have a token? I don't really want to do that. Base 44. Okay, it's going a little faster back there. Oh, they did change it. Yeah, so they had the thing that was like unique PFPs getting used. And I wonder, how they matched it. I mean, I just don't know how else they would have. But they had a lot of cool stuff. Like you could see, yeah, what's the floor price? How many people are using it as a PFP? How has that changed over time? How does the rank work? People used to obsess over these numbers, and yeah, it was always, or like you could come here. There's actually some funny names on here, like Jackson Wizard. I didn't realize he rocked a bean back in the day. There's Zamiri, who is on Ethos. Um, like it's cool to be able to see like of the beans who has the most like reach. I feel like this was such an important part of crypto Twitter at one point in time. Yeah, people with the largest following. You would never catch anyone dead rocking a bean anymore. I hope no one is. Um, yeah. Oh, they also had who's talking about things. That's kind of cool. So you could integrate that with Kaido. I mean, I was thinking about more integrating it with Ethos scores and what you could get from there, like how many reputable users are using what NFTs. Um, Man, there's some names I haven't seen in a while. Shaw Borovic.eth. I haven't seen that guy's name in a while either. Yeah, I wonder what happened to like the entire team here. Maybe I'll just reach out and go. We should go acquire their tech. Duration of time observed by inspect with this user in specific collection. That's cool. So you could, yeah, Whale Swoosh using Azuki. He's a clone X at one point. That's fascinating. He even had history there. Wow, I don't remember Whale Swoosh with a clone X. That's wild. There are 4 other profiles with using the same. Verify that you're the owner. Fascinating. So other people were trying to be like him, basically. Okay, what's the chat up to? Yawning adds spice. Go grab some caffeine. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty drained right now. That's why I'm like, man, I just want to at least get this one done and over with. Um, it looks like I might need to actually cut it short here, though. I just got a text. So I will end it here today. We'll come back to it. I'll post a tweet afterward and share something about what exactly progress we've actually made. But hopefully, at least you got an intro into NFT Inspect and a little bit about some of the stuff that we've been trying to vibe code. You can even yourself code a lot of this without having any type of coding capabilities. I mean, I'm showing you right now how we're comparing images, not very well, but comparing images without having that understanding. Anyways, thanks guys for joining and tuning in today. We'll catch you guys around. I should have some updates later tonight for you to show you how it worked. See you guys.